Hi there, welcome to my channel. I'm Christy. Today I am participating in the 3 Rivers Challenge. It is a pantry challenge and I am making 2 meals. The first one in this video is I am making donairs using pita bread. The pita bread is something that we don't have available here to us. So I had ordered from Calahoo Meats in Alberta, Canada here. They deliver to your town. So I ordered some pita breads and some donair meat a while ago, and I'm just using it up. Today was a rush day for dinner. I had no meal planning really done. I was behind schedule and I didn't have any tzatziki sauce to make the donairs with. So I just actually reconstituted some sour cream that I had in the pantry. And I didn't do a very good job. It was lumpy and clumpy, but it didn't matter. It still was good. And, I didn't mind it like that. It kind of, with donairs, you kind of usually have a bit of a chunky texture when it comes to the sauce on it. So it really didn't faze anybody too much. So basically I just have pita. I heated up, I've fried up some of the donair meat, heated it up in a pan, sprinkled some cheese on it, put some sour cream and a little bit of chives on top. And then I topped it with some lettuce. Now my family, Chaz, my stepson, he does not like tomatoes, and I didn't have any onions cut. I was in a big time rush, so that was just what we had, and it worked out great. It was super easy, and he enjoyed it. He ate 2 of them. Let's see what he says about it.
That's good.
You like it?
Mm-hmm.
What does it taste like?
A donair.
A donair.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, good luck with curling tonight.
Thank you.
Hope you beat your dad's butt. Oh yeah, you're on the same team. Never mind.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you beat your teachers, your elementary school teachers.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would you give it as a score?
Easy 10.
Big surprise.
Mm-hmm.
So next, I'm going to do spaghetti and meatballs. It's the next day, and there is curling again tonight, and Tyson has hockey. So I wanted to make sure they had a really good meal before they go, that it's full of, well balanced. So I started with 2 pounds of ground beef, and I am going to do my very, very best to do measurements because I know some of you really prefer with measurements, so I will try super hard. That was a half of a teaspoon measure, so I put 2 in. So I put 1 teaspoon of pepper, and I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt into the 2 pounds of lean ground beef. This is homegrown grass-fed beef. Next, I'm adding 1 teaspoon of ground yellow mustard, and you could use regular mustard too. And I put about a teaspoon of the W sauce, whatever that says. I'm not even going to try anymore. I give up. Next, I put 1 blue cackleberry. Now, if you don't have 1 blue cackleberry, you could likely use just 1 regular egg. This one came from our Easter egger chicken about 10 minutes before I put it in the bowl. Then I'm adding in 1 teaspoon of granulated, I think that was garlic, granulated garlic into the mixture. This is onion. You could grate onion in. Sometimes I do, but I just don't like doing that. So I took 2 tablespoons of onion, minced onion, dried minced onion, and put it in. And then I took 1 tablespoon of dried chives. So a person could add like a packet of Lipton soup mix if you want, but I don't like doing that. I like making my own version. This was, I caught myself. I almost did it without measuring, and I caught myself. So I put in 1 teaspoon of parsley. And then I just took whatever I could find in the pantry for crackers that were broken, and I just used them up to eliminate them from, just being there broken in the cupboard. I don't know what it is. It annoys me when there's broken crackers. I just don't like using them. I added about a tablespoon of cream because I need to use it up. There's some cream in the fridge. That was totally optional. I usually don't add cream because I have a lot of people in our house or in our family that are dairy-free or lactose intolerant. So I don't usually do that, but I did today. So one of the secrets to having really good firm meatballs, or like meatballs that have a really good texture, is to really work it, like work the crap out of it, and then it binds together. It binds together more like a consistency of like a sausage meat, the more you mix it. So you can actually overmix meatballs, you really can. But basically I just mixed it until I was satisfied with how the texture was to hold together, and I just made little balls. These are larger balls. Now, typically what I usually do 4 or 6 pounds of hamburger, and I like triple this recipe. And then what I do is I'll take and cook some for supper, and then I lay these out on a cookie sheet, like a parchment paper lined cookie sheet, and I flash freeze these in the freezer. And then I put them in a Ziploc bag so then I can just pull out however I need on nights where I need a quick dinner. And then what I do is I'll just pop them in the oven or in the quick cooker, and they're done. The other thing is that I do the same thing for my burgers, my hamburgers. If I'm doing like barbecued burgers and making patties, I will do the same recipe, except for I also add like a half of a cup, or between a quarter and a half of a cup of barbecue sauce into the mixture, or I'll add ketchup. And I just usually what I add is oats, quick oats into there, and just add a little bit more and make sure it's bound together, or binded together. So I just do these on a frying pan, and in a hot pan, and I got this spaghetti going. I'm using this is brown rice pasta. I prefer using that. It's just a little easier to digest and stuff, and I just got that going. So I just wanted to turn and flip the balls. You gotta turn them over, right? Like, even though like they are really, really delicate, you just you can't be too gentle with them, and you can't be too rough with them either. You gotta just gently pick up the balls and flip them over. Oh, this could be so inappropriate so quickly. This is why I don't make meatballs on YouTube very often, because geez Louise, this could go bad. All right. So I am gently picking up 2 balls at a time and gently flipping them over to get them nice and golden brown on both sides. And, making some real good umami there. Okay, we got to speed this up. We got to get through this. We got to get over this because my mind's going in the gutter, and we don't need me to go there because, yeah. All right, lids on, we're good. Moving on. So the meatballs are pretty well cooked through, and so basically what I'm wanting to do is I want to add some sauce. So I have my own homemade spaghetti sauce that I made as my garden was coming in. I did pasta sauce several times. Now this sauce is so good. I don't have a specific recipe. What I do is, as I have vegetables coming in, like there's zucchini, there's summer squash in this, there is, lots of peppers, lots of different things. I had lots of cheese peppers, like Hungarian cheese peppers in this. When I canned it, I just, as my garden's coming in, I'm canning pasta sauce. And what I do is I test it when I'm when I'm canning it, I test it, and then I like with a pH test strip, and then I also add citric acid into the jars before I can it. So I'm always make sure that I'm good with the acidity for shelf stableness. So I added some fresh spinach, a couple handfuls, and I just added another jar because I only had I had pint jars of sauce, and I added 2 pint jars into there and just kind of let it do its thing. I find that when you put the sauce over and then just like don't stir it too much, just let it kind of go do its thing, it's the best. And then I just dished it up. So this point, what I would do, typically if I had more time, is I would put this in a pan and I would like pour the sauce over top of the spaghetti, top it with cheese and bake it. But the guys had to go. Chaz had to go to curling and Tyson has to go to hockey. So we just did regular meatballs. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dish up these into proportions for leftovers for the week, or I can do meal preps. So I just basically served it like this. I sprinkled some cheese on top, and this was Chaz's. We're going to see what he thinks about it and see how many stars he gives this meal. It's going to be hot. How many Chaz stars do you give it?
Obviously a 10.
Obviously now. We're changing up our vocabulary to obviously instead of like, I don't even remember what your last terminology was to describe things. All right, thank you. Good luck with curling. So this was mine. It was really delicious. I love making this dish. I don't do it very often, but when I do, I usually have it meal prepped in the freezer, which makes it really easy. They were great. I hope this inspires you to try this recipe. Thanks so much for watching. Much love. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.